It's like you made it silent just for the phone.
I don't know if the listeners could catch that ring.
No, it doesn't matter. Go.
But you can add in post.
What?
Why would you add in a phone ringing in post?
So
Slowly they get to see how your mind works.
So we sound important. Like, oh look, their phones are going off.
So the listeners have the authentic feeling, like they're here.
Please.
Another thing I have been watching that you might be surprised is Canadian border security.
I'm not surprised.
Have you seen those? It's like cops, but it's just the border security and you know, people coming in through the plane and stuff, and they ask you, do you have anything to declare, and da.
Yeah.
And I thought this was interesting because a lot of things. Well, one is they're people who are bringing marijuana. They always they're under arrest for smuggling drugs, and they're usually like small amounts, like just weed and stuff. And the other ones that are hilarious is like they're, you know, they have these narcotics or whatever that they're trafficking, and they get held up, and the border security would ask them for the phone and look through their phone and be like, oh, we just found an email that tells that you're a dealer or something, or here's a girl. And it's so ridiculous that every time these people would always just have like incriminating evidence on their phone.
Wait, and they would just go through your phone?
See, and that's what confused me, because I thought if your phone is password protected, right, you don't have to give them your password. But I would assume that they would detain you as a suspect, because there was an issue with what was it? It was the fingerprint unlocking your phone, because even though legally you don't need to give your phone or your password, but if they ask you to unlock your phone with your thumb, they could do that, and you would have to follow that. But
I have
Are you sure about this? You read up on this? The law behind
I've heard that part before, but
yeah.
not,
So
I think
if you ever go on a
through
plane, you should unlock. Because you should take that option off. So
I never set that up on the phone.
Oh, it's so convenient though.
But you just if you for Android at least, if you just restart your phone, you can't use your fingerprint.
Oh yeah, you have to press the.
Well, for Apple too, you
Apple's
restart
the
your
same.
phone.
Yeah.
It needs you to enter the code.
Well, there's a tip for all.
There's
you
also
people out there.
deadlocks. You can also set deadlocks on your phone so that, like, you set it for the duration of your flight. So then, if you don't unlock it, the phone like locks up, and then you can set it to call your lawyer. It's like, oh, if I don't unlock this, call my lawyer because I'm probably detained in the airport, kind of thing.
But going back a step,
So
wouldn't they need like a warrant or something?
You need a warrant to actually search the phone. Like, I have to look. You have to. That's why I'm so skeptical. Like, if they tell you to unlock it by your finger, you have to do it because you do need a warrant for it. And I wanna actually just kind of see where you got that from. I
remember just reading on the news. They were saying it was like a loophole kind of bit where they can't ask for your password, but for some reason your thumb unlocked. They could ask you to unlock your phone with your fingerprints.
Well, you'll have to search that up, man, because either way...
It's a while back, but now with the Face ID, it's another issue.
Yeah, so then you can just unlock your face. But I'm saying, like, the guy that doesn't say, no, I'm not going to unlock my phone.
Well,
still, what are you going to charge him with? No, but... See, you have a touch ID, so you have to. No. You could be like, if you say.
What
no.
if they arrest you to your ground? They would like just bring security, like force you.
You fucking. Yeah, no, because they have to have usually, I'm saying they have to have cause for you to do that, because look, they do that. Like, if you just say no, I'm not gonna unlock my phone, they arrest you to the ground. All of a sudden, like, you lawyer up, you sue their ass.
But then they did that. Remember that Asian guy where they just dragged him out of the plane because they just didn't have enough seats?
Yeah, you know what happened? Do you know the aftermath, the legal aftermath of that?
I forgot. Well, I don't know exactly what happened.
There you go.
But did he come off rich?
Oh yeah,
huh?
He said they settled with him.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because at that point, if they're willing to settle, that means they're not willing to take this to court, right? They don't want this to end up in court, so they settle you up with big boatloads of cash, so you don't take it to court. Yeah, that the repercussions of that one, like just beating up that guy and dragging him off the plane. Now you're forcing people to unlock your phone just by putting the thumb on there.
The best thing about the border security were the comments. They were like, "Why are people trying to smuggle marijuana into Canada? That's like smuggling curry into India. That's like smuggling sushi rice into Japan." I thought that was so fun.
These were recent episodes where after they legalized the.
No, this is the episodes weren't recent,
Yeah,
but
that-
the
I was
comments
thinking-
were recent for some reason.
I was thinking like no, because back then it was still
it was still illegal.
legalized
Yeah,
yet.
exactly.
The context.
But now that it's legal, I'm not sure how they
Maybe
deal
a
with.
fucking moron to try to smuggle it in. They have like they have big problems too going to the U.S. Like
Well, the reverse issue, yeah, is a bigger problem.
yeah, going to the U.S. and then the Canadian government's like warning people like, don't
Yeah.
take weed with you.
Don't try it.
Like
yeah.
don't take weed with you out of the country.
One of the
please.
family got fucked. So it's an American family, and they wanted to get to Point Rupert. So Point Rupert is a peninsula in Canada, but the city itself is a United States city. But to enter there, you need to drive into Canada, and then come back. Come
Okay,
back from
okay,
Canada
okay.
to U.S.
Yeah.
So they're like in Seattle or whatever. So they need to drive to British Columbia and then come back into Point Rupert.
Yeah.
And so they sold everything because they bought a house there. They plan to live there. But this guy has some criminal charges and background. So they entered to the Canadian border. And the Canadian said, "Oh, you can't enter due to your criminal background." So he got fucked.
The hell?
Is this Point Rupert or Prince Rupert?
Point Rupert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in BC.
Okay.
It's like... You can see it. It's in the map. It's the way they divided the border between Canada and U.S.
I'm only seeing Prince Rupert on this map, man.
Was it Prince Rupert?
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that can't be right.
Just
oh no,
like,
this is this on the border with Alaska or something?
No, BC
No,
and-
Seattle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. You might be right then.
Did you hear about how Fox News they wanted to talk about those the 3 mountain climbers that died in the avalanche?
Which avalanche? Was,
In
was
Banff?
this in?
In
Oh
Banff.
yeah, okay.
But on their map, they had Banff located somewhere close to Ottawa.
What? How could they screw up that badly? Banff
They
is
did.
actually pretty well known too.
Yeah, but not to Fox, I guess.
Well, Fox, they aren't very smart to begin with.
No, American news channels in general, they really mess up on the geography on a lot of places.
I think Fox is pretty much the most notorious for this kind of screw up too.
And yet they're like the most viewed news channel program in the U.S.
Well, they have such great other programs like The Simpsons and
I think
Family Guy and-
News Corps is different. It's a different division.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what else freaking Fox
Hey,
has
does,
like
does
or Fox
Simpsons
News crap.
does Simpsons now fall under Disney with the Fox merger?
I don't know.
I have no
And,
idea. I
like,
don't follow
Family
that
Guy
shit.
and all that stuff?
I
Or is it
count
just
on you for all of this information.
Actually, did you see Simpsons? They're doing a bit
Trudeau
with,
episode?
with Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they hired this comedian, or
From Nova Scotia or somewhere.
yeah,
Newfoundland,
who
something
did a
like that.
voice impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait, has the episode come out?
No, I think it's coming. I
It's
think
coming, yeah. But
this
they
Sunday.
released drawings of what Justin Trudeau
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like, and the voice impersonator, he makes a pretty good job.
Yeah. Apparently, he used to work in Calgary too, so he does impersonation.
He does Nenchi pretty well too.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Gotta-
Interesting
gotta
choices to impersonate.
somehow to get him on now.
Yeah, man.
Personally,
Got
my
a
favorite.
TV celebrity, worked on Simpsons. Be a big crowd.
That would be a fucking coup. I'd be like, holy shit! Why would you want to come onto this show?
The show is like freestyle. You get to talk about whatever you want.
It is freestyle. Listen to your psychotic inclinations.
But anyways, Canadians here.
I like
border
that. I like
security.
that transition right there.
Outside of protecting drugs, they also want to protect the employees. So they always ask. So if you're coming in and you say like, I'm jobless and I don't have money, that's a bad sign, because they suspect that you want to work in Canada
No,
without
yeah,
proper permits.
Yeah. Well, that's like every border security.
That's like any border
Yeah.
security, yeah. So, and then other ones I thought was interesting is, so there's a limit of how much currency you can bring. So
10,000.
generally it's 10,000, right? But it's actually not a limit. It's just a limit of if you don't want to declare it.
Yeah.
So if you're bringing more,
Yeah.
You're allowed to bring as much currency as you want, as long as you declare it.
Yeah.
So if you want like money from Vegas and you're coming back to Canada, as long as you declare, you're fine. Because they just want to make sure that there's a paper trail of that money.
But if you declare it, do you get taxed and stuff too?
You may or may not.
May or may not.
Depending
Yeah.
on how much you're bringing in. If you're bringing a couple million in
But
cash,
it's worse
on
if you don't declare it.
Yeah.
I'm quite certain I'll never have this problem.
No, you won't. But like my family ran into this problem actually.
Yeah, brag about
Well,
it.
yeah, bragging about it. No, they got wrecked. I think
That humble brag.
it was a family member of mine, and then he just honestly it was like $10 over.
Oh God.
Yeah, he $10 over. Oh man, you get put on like a list. So every time you leave the country, come back, they're always gonna.
Oh,
check
that
you
list is just
for the
that's
next
just gonna
5 to 10 years.
So he had enough money for
What?
a McDonald's meal over. That's how much he was over.
Yeah,
$10.
$10 over.
It doesn't matter. If once you're over,
Yeah,
you're over.
once you're over, you didn't declare it. But it was bad because you had the 10,000. You just forgot that you had another 10 in there as well.
Why didn't you just throw away the 10?
No, it was too late. Fuck
Damn
it.
it.
Like,
Well, because like in the show I was watching, the minimal fine is $250. So to get that $10 back, or actually, they keep it. They don't give you the 10,000. Let you keep the 10 or the other.
well, it's up to the discretion.
Yeah, they keep their whole money and they fine you $250 to
So
get
they
it
keep
back.
all the money?
Yeah. So the first level is
It's by
$250.
discretion. No, this
So
is important.
If
They
I
don't
was
just.
crossing the border with $10,001,
They will ask you why. I was like, okay.
Yeah, if you don't declare it, they'll ask you.
First
why.
of all, they'll
Probably ask
declare.
you where you got it from. And
It depends on the guy too. If the guy's like, okay, whatever, it's $1. Like you probably found it in your fucking pocket or whatever. That loony, he might not do anything. He'll be like, oh, just make sure you declare.
So
it.
once
But-
they count it, the minimal penalty is $250.
No. Well, yeah, the minimal penalty is they have a minimal penalty, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they take away your money. You're silent now.
No, they withhold it until you pay the fine.
That's questionable too because okay, here. This is
what if you need that money to
Well,
pay the fine?
maybe your family or the situation you're describing that's probably what you're talking about.
It is. Okay, first of all, it's up to it's kind of up to the discretion. A lot of it is. Yeah, like the rule is supposed to be like if they catch you with more than 10,000 going over there or whatever, right? They gotta fine you. They gotta do all the procedures and shit. But yeah, in your case, if you just found loony in your back pocket, but then you had like, it's within the context, right? Like if you had your 10 grand in an envelope marked and whatever, and like literally there, everything's above board, and you just had a loony in your pocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking if you're just traveling across the border, you just had another your change drawer, your change compartment of your car just held like $7, like $1 and a couple cents more. Like the guys usually be like, yeah, okay, you're through, right? They won't count that money that you're bringing through.
As long as he's not a giant asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if you're crossing
But
the
that's
border?
completely up to the guy because
Yeah.
legally they can do it. They can be complete assholes and be like,
So-
yeah, you're traveling with like 10,030 cents, right? $10,000.30. You're over. So they could do
Okay,
it.
so what about the guy who's traveling with $999? $9,999 from ill-gotten gains.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's not.
I think it's a one currency, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or the currency.
So okay, it's
No, I
one
mean, like,
currency.
the whole purpose of it is they want to track, like, how much money is moving in, right? Like,
It's also mostly crime. They want to make sure you're not.
Right, that's what
smuggling.
I'm saying. If that $9,000 comes from crime,
like, it's not like they can still search you if they have suspicion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the whole thing. If they found $9,999 on you, of course they can ask you questions. They were not going to ask you, why didn't you declare it? They'll be just like, why do you have this money on you? Like, what are you bringing in? What's the purpose of this? They can still ask you that stuff.
The other big takeaway on currency is if someone, say like your mom or your friend, gave you money that for you to hold on to, and it's in your possession, that's your responsibility. So if you have that money and you didn't declare it, and that's in your bag, suddenly you're responsible for it, and then they charge you.
Yeah, it's who you're moving through. The one gray area is with family members. Because it's supposed to be 10,000 per person.
Per person. Yeah.
Exactly. So
per car. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing, like, the reason why they're kind of they would like I told you, they would be lenient on you if you just a little bit more, is because if you're traveling with a family of 3, you could technically bring $30,000 through for each person if they're 18 and above, right? So then, but then this is the mistake that my family member did. If you have that money all in one person, like, they'll ding you for that, even if you say, "Oh, I'm holding it for all the family members." If they found it on you, even if it's just packed in your suitcase, and you're like, "This is your suitcase, right?" Yes. Why are you traveling with $30,000 in a suitcase and you didn't declare it? That's how they.
As long as you declare it, I think it would have been okay.
No shit. But if that the loophole, the little fucked up thing is, if that $10,000 was divided in each of our individual luggages, that's fine.
Can you make the argument that the luggage is shared?
No, you can't.
No,
you can't.
If you're responsible, you're fucked.
Oh, okay.
You're responsible.
Like, it depends too. Like,
so don't be responsible.
No. You know what? It depends. I'm saying no because literally they have all the justifications that they have to say no. You're fucked. If the guy doesn't want to be an asshole and it's like, yeah, you and your wife packed the suitcase. There's only one suitcase between the both of you.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be like, maybe you'll get the guy that says, you know what, that's enough for me. That, you know, it's 10,000 between 2 people.
This is a similar story to when the border security also does the ones where you drive through, like
right.
through from, and what they found is like, okay, they pulled the driver over, and they found that he had a criminal background, and he wasn't allowed to have weapons in his car, so they searched his car and they found like a baton. And because he's the owner of the car, that baton belongs to him. And he's like, I've never seen that baton before, right? And then he was going to get arrested, and then the girlfriend claims that it's her baton. And then since she confessed or whatever, then they let him free. But if she wasn't there, he'd be fucked.
Wouldn't she still get in trouble?
No, she didn't have the criminal past. Like, the baton wasn't the issue. It was the fact that it was his criminal past plus the baton that was the issue. So she was clean. So she can have the baton, but not him. And so because she claims it was hers, then they can let him free. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're the owner of the car or if you're the owner of the bag, whatever's in the content of that container is your responsibility, regardless of what your story might be.
So I could get that for a suitcase, since, you know, you have to... Usually if you have to check a bag or something, you have to put it under a person's name. But what if in the car case...
You don't check bags.
Yeah, you don't check bags in when you're going through.
I was thinking I mean for flights.
Oh, okay.
So they could make that argument that's like, oh, it's your bag in that case because it's under your name.
Right.
But for a car, you know, the registry could be under multiple people, for example. Can they make the case that it's like, oh, it is hers, and if she was like in the car with him?
Yeah, possible. I think in the case that I was talking about, they were just boyfriend girlfriend.
They could still share a car.
Yeah, you're right. They could share a car. You're right. They could.
So either way, whatever.
Maybe it wasn't
today.
his girlfriend that long.
All this is gonna get cut.
The Bryanisms. All right, man. What did you want to say about the GoT?
Okay, Game of Thrones just recently came back on air for the final season.
8.
Yeah. So at this point of recording, 2 episodes have come out.
Yeah.
And I haven't rewatched all the previous seasons in preparation for this. And I was thinking if there was anything or anyone I might have forgotten. Because one thing that kind of comes to mind is, I don't know, because I also haven't read the books. Mm-hmm. And I think Hassan, you might have read them, right? I don't know if Stannis, is he just actually all gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
In the show, he's gone.
Yeah, but it was like back then, it's like they show death scenes, like if you don't actually see the person actually die, like beheaded or something, they sometimes come back.
I want confirmation of the kill.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember the books now because
it's been so freaking long.
I think in the
and
books,
the books have so much more detail that it's harder to remember all of it. And I literally, once the 6th book, if it ever comes out, I'll have to reread the first 5 again.
What would Stannis even do if he's still alive?
I don't know.
Would he just go and claim the throne from Cersei?
I don't think he is in the books either.
Like if he
Right.
still has some of his troops, I know like large majority, if not all of them, died basically with him. But
Well,
if he still has anyone, then
I feel like his storylines just run out.
we
Where
don't
was
have,
it
we don't have to
anyways?
worry about the previous season spoilers, right? We can just talk.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
yeah.
remember
I haven't
what-
even seen them. so-
Remember where Jon Snow dies?
Yeah.
That's where the books end. So did the Stannis part happen before that or after that in the show? I can't remember.
Those
It happened before because
It happened
Melisandre
before in the
was
show.
at.
Right,
the
no,
wall,
right. Then she
so-
joined Jon after that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it happened before that. But now I can't remember if it happened. In
Did
the
she
book.
die? I don't remember if she
No,
died.
No, she left.
she left.
That
so
was in
where
se-
the hell is she?
in-
She just
in-
left back
in-
to her whatever home.
Yeah, in
to the what was those Earth
Continent or whatever.
the
it's called.
Essos. Or,
Essos?
Oh.
Yeah.
Thought she was a
She
lot
just
later.
left in the 7th season when she.
Yeah. So
That
I
was
just didn't
it.
know if she was gonna.
She's-
I have a feeling
She's
she'll
the
be
old lady, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like secretly old but uses magic or whatever to look young.
deceptively young lady.
Deceptively old.
No, she.
She's
Wait,
naturally
the-
old.
okay,
She's
no,
naturally
yes.
old.
The
Okay,
deception
I
is that
had-
she's young.
Yes. And I don't know. There was you haven't seen Brian hasn't seen the last episode, the second episode of this season.
I haven't seen
But-
the second one, but I've heard about it.
There's been a lot of controversy, I suppose, over Arya's sex scene or whatever.
I don't find it controversial.
I don't find it controversial.
It's the most normal sex scene in all.
It's
8
even
seasons.
explained that she's like, I want to experience this before.
Yeah.
Like,
And I mean, even from the get go, like even from season 1, you could have kind of said that. You know,
Yeah, they
maybe
got tension.
She had she liked him and he liked her.
That feels very forced.
What?
The sex.
The sex.
Like the character Arya.
It doesn't feel.
To be
forced.
fair, half the sex in Game of Thrones is
That's very fair.
No, this is my main problem with this scene. Every other sex scene has either been with like prostitutes or with like connotations of rape and stuff
Wasn't
like
the
that.
first episode of season 8? The first sex scene was with Jon and Daenerys, and it was after a Harry Potter dragon ride.
Still incest.
No, but that
But they didn't know it at the time.
no, that was the end of season 7.
Would you
No,
fuck,
that was the beginning of season 8.
Would you fuck your
Where
ex?
Where
if you
they
dated
where
a
they
girl?
rode the dragon.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
they rode
right.
the dragons.
They
and
rode the
it's more-
dragon and then they
That's
went
it.
to
more
a
of
secluded
implied
part.
rather
yeah, it's
than, you know,
the implied sex.
rather
I'm
than
sure
the
they-
ship sex.
I thought they showed it.
No,
Well, maybe
Probably
not.
didn't show
No,
it.
they
they-
showed this.
You probably fantasize about it.
They showed them
Dreamed
kissing,
about
right?
it.
And then they showed some.
No, they just cut out. Then
Yeah, they just cut out
Yeah.
the scene. Yeah, yeah.
They showed
They
it for
they
the
made
end
the
of season
suggestion
7.
like, oh, I could spend, let's
For-
just spend like forever here,
yeah.
and then oh, yeah, keep
But
it
no,
warm.
Arya's scene was normal, and I mean,
Yeah,
I
thought that was
people
fine.
have issues with her age. In real life, she's 22, and
She
in the
is.
show, the character Arya is 18.
There's
so
much younger characters that are
Yeah.
implied as
Like,
to be younger.
Dany or Daenerys in the first season,
She's supposed to be like 14
she's supposed to be
or
like,
something?
well, in the book she's like 13.
Yeah.
In the show, they made her like 16 or something.
Yeah, so- but
first
even then, it's like,
and
yeah.
she has, or she's basically raped by.
What happened
Yeah,
to her
Khal Drogo.
murderous?
Drogo.
What happened to her murderous ways? Like after she killed Littlefinger, she hasn't killed anyone for a while now.
She's
Arya?
going to who? Yeah.
Yeah, Arya. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Well, what do you mean? What happened to her? She's just waiting. She's waiting
She's,
for a
it's not
chance.
like she.
It's
she's-
not like she's.
She doesn't just
She
kill
can't
everyone.
go through the days
There
without
has to be a
murder.
reason. There has to be a reason for the
Yo,
murder
in season
kill.
7, he killed the old guy, right?
Yeah.
And then she just went on a rampage.
No,
of
she
killing
didn't.
people.
But she all had a reason for each and every one.
Yeah,
every
I'm
kill.
not saying
There
she-
was, so right now she's
But
done.
why?
She's pretty much done
Why
with her
isn't
list.
she going to King's Landing and killing Cersei?
Because
Because
the fuck-
they
She's on
need
the
to
list.
be. You need to be at.
She made a
The-
list of all these people that like she wants to kill.
Yeah, and her last one is Cersei, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but the threat right now is coming to Winterfell,
I
and
just
they've
don't
just
feel-
regained her home.
Yeah,
She's
her
just
family. You know,
She's
like
just
Yeah,
reunited
her
with
family
the
can
family.
take care of it.
She's not going to be like, hey,
How the
I gotta
fuck do you
run
think
off.
her
But,
family
but
gonna-
her motivation, it doesn't seem
her
like...
motivation is fucking
She's-
stand with her family
There's
for now.
The
priorities.
the list falls to second place or third place now that they've just regained their own.
I always thought her
ancestral
motivation
home.
was to get revenge for
For
her family.
who?
for
her
her
family.
family.
There you go. Where's her family right now?
She has the rest of her
Yeah.
family around her right now.
Yeah,
so.
she has her family, but she needs to earn her honor.
What the fuck?
What?
Like,
Okay,
okay, hey, let's
She
run
needs
through this
to.
logic.
She needs to.
No,
kill
shut,
Cersei.
no, shut up. Let's run through this logic. She's getting revenge for who?
Her family.
Her family.
Okay. What is her family facing right now?
Cold. Winter.
She wants to
Walkers.
save her
There
family's
you go.
safety takes
See
precedence.
how easy that exercise was?
I just don't feel like her motivation is to fight the Nightwalkers. I feel like her motivation is to seek revenge.
No, her
She
motivation.
does want revenge, but she wants safety of her family over every.
Okay,
The whole reason her revenge
Imagine
started
this
was-
scenario. Imagine this scenario. Tell me if you think this sounds very plausible or not. She's gonna, let's just say, not even hypothetically, but I want to say hypothetically for you. She stays in Winterfell to help against this impending, overwhelming attack from zombies, essentially, in the hopes that she can save her last remaining family members from it. Is it possible that if she's successful, she'll go down to King's Landing after and then kill Cersei?
Yeah, that's possible.
Also-
But what I imagine her to do is to go to King's Landing first, kill Cersei, and then meet up with the family.
If you remember,
To the Night
if
Walkers.
you remember in the beginning of season 7, that's exactly what she was going to do.
Exactly.
And then she found out that her family's whole, whatever the remnants of her family have gathered back at Winterfell, and she wants to see them because
Yeah. Well,
she's-
now she saw them. Now
And
she
then,
can go
and then
back.
guess what? And then-
She
no,
can
no,
go
no,
back
no,
to
no.
when
And
she-
then she
when-
found out what?
A
She
threat.
found out a fucking army was coming to kill
her.
everyone.
Okay, look. She's not going to make a difference against the White Walker.
what?
But she makes a difference if she went to King's Landing to fight Cersei.
No. She makes a difference against the White.
And you're also forgetting.
She's
what
gonna-
difference would she make?
You're also
Every
forgetting.
single
Wait.
person makes a difference.
Look, and you're also forgetting one thing. Before the last episode, they didn't really know if Cersei was gonna come and assist them with an army.
So they were in a kind of a truce.
So,
with
No.
Cersei,
They
right?
knew when they went to talk to Cersei.
No, yeah.
Well,
but
either way-
at that point, the families had a truce, so therefore she can't really kill Cersei because then she'd ruin the truce.
Either way, there's gonna be
But no,
an
Cersei
encounter
declined.
with Cersei.
Cersei declined
But
joining the.
Arya doesn't know that.
They don't.
Right,
Arya
but
and
now
Jon don't
Arya
know.
could know that now
How?
Okay, wait.
because Jon came back to Winterfell, right?
Jamie, you mean?
Oh yeah, Jamie too. But like Jon and Daenerys came back.
Holy
Yeah, but
shit.
but even Jon and Daenerys don't know that Cersei's cheating on them or fucking around
Wait,
on them.
No. They know that Cersei's not joining them.
They do no. Jon and Daenerys.
By the way, this
think-
is all spoilers for the fucking for the season going on right now.
Oh man,
No, we're
listen-
talking about season 7 mostly.
No.
Jon-
We just gave some spoilers about these couple episodes.
Jon and Daenerys.
Consider this the
Yes.
warning.
Jon, the last time they talked to Cersei, she said, "Yes, I will join your fight," and that's it.
No. Yes, I'll join your fight if you kneel. If you take the knee to me. If like Daenerys gave up her right to the throne, like they saw Cersei as the.
No, but
the-
then after that, Tyrion went and talked to her again.
Yeah,
silently.
and he got nothing through. He didn't get through her, and then
No,
No,
Jamie.
she said that
No,
she was
he-
gonna send troops.
he said Tyrion came back saying Cersei's gonna send troops, meaning they've reached.
But did
some
she send
kind-
troops?
The fuck
She's
did-
not.
She's not going to.
I think you have to watch
Oh,
the
I
second
see.
episode
Okay.
too.
Or did you just watch
From-
it backwards again? Did you just do that shit where you watch like fucking shit out
She's
of
not
order?
going to, but the last word that Jon, Daenerys, and Tyrion heard was that she was. So
So
for
wait.
all intents and purposes, they think that she is coming to help them.
Okay, until
Therefore,
Jamie
they have-
showed up.
Until at the end of the first episode,
Yeah.
Jamie's there, right?
Yes.
So then,
Yeah. To be fair, you haven't watched the second.
So do they
episode,
know
but-
now that Cersei's not
They
coming?
in the last. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna spoil it for you because you fucking.
He likes spoilers anyways. That's why
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know what?
mind
I'm gonna
this.
spoil it for you because this is so frustrating. The last episode that you didn't see,
Second
basically
episode.
that it gets revealed. Like, oh, Cersei's not
Okay.
coming.
At that point, Arya should go back.
at that
Guess
point,
what?
it
Guess
all gets
what?
revealed.
Guess what? Guess what?
They
The
also-
next day, they know that the army is showing up at sunrise.
sunrise.
How the fuck is she gonna what is she gonna do? Ride Air Westeros all the way down to Crown?
It took them all of season 1 to get there.
Except in season 7,
Yeah, well,
distance
yeah.
meant nothing at that point.
Yes, but she's
That's very
not a
true.
fucking raven, is she?
But time still
She's
meant
not
No,
something.
there was
dragon
that
either.
guy who was sprinting, and he sprinted really
Oh
fast.
my
Okay.
god. So, okay, at that point, it's like, oh, the fucking Night King army's coming at sunrise tomorrow. I still got some time to fucking just hump it down to King's Landing to kill that bitch and then come back up. You think she has more motivation to do that?
I feel like she has more motivation
Holy
to do that.
shit.
Well, that's why I thought she had more motivation. If she didn't have sex, she could have done it. She could
Got the kids landed. Dude, are you?
Jesus.
No, I'm not against her
Are you-
not having it.
Are,
I'm
you,
just
are
saying.
you applying
like-
that sex in Westeros lasts for like 2 weeks? At a
No,
time?
like, okay, first of all,
Could.
there's no motivation at all for her to just abandon everything there to go and try to kill Cersei and make it back before the party starts. What?
All right, we can move on.
No. No. You know what? We need like a signed confession from you at this point. Like, I understand now the error of my ways. Arya would never have the motivation to go down there, sign Brian.
Okay, I got another question now.
All right. Oh, God.
This will lead away from all this crap. But so they're making another Game of Thrones world kind of show, right?
Prequel,
Like
yeah.
prequel, yeah. How far back are they going?
8,000 years.
Okay, so this will be basically when the first men arrive, or
Somewhere around there.
Oh, is this
Okay.
the Children
Oh,
of the
this is
Forest?
first men? I thought it was like the first Targaryen that comes.
No,
across-
Targaryens only came 300 years before the...
Oh shit! Never mind.
So
Okay.
it's gonna be characters that most people wouldn't be familiar with.
No,
There
it
might
would
be
be It would be
families.
the mythical. The families should...
the Starks were still part of the first
no,
men.
basically the Starks are going to be becoming the Starks 8,000 years ago. Same thing with the Lannisters.
So it's not important, really.
I thought the
It-
Lannisters
it-
were
it
part of
would
the
be-
Andals.
It would be all the... They were part of the Andals.
The Andals came like thousands of years after the first
So
men.
the first men came 12,000 years ago. This is 8,000 years ago.
I have my years mixed up then by a few thousand years.
Happens all the time.
fir-
in
first,
archaeology.
the first man came 12,000 years ago, so the Starks we're going to see 8,000 years ago are going to be like just
Okay,
kind of becoming
so
the big guys.
Just so I get an understanding of
Homo
the time
erectus.
period. So first men initially were at war with the Children of the Forest.
because
So at this point, since thousands of years have passed by, even though they did fight for thousands of years, is this like when the Andals are first coming in, and they're about to battle the Andals?
this could be it could be because the dates aren't very clear, but it could
Yeah.
be that it's going to follow the long, most likely it's called the Long Night. That's the working title of the series.
Okay, so they're gonna.
so
that's the White Walkers then.
that's the White Walkers. So that's when
So
that's when the
first men, Children of the Forest against the White Walkers.
And then maybe if it becomes successful, maybe towards the end, the first couple of seasons might cover this conflict, the first 2 or 3 seasons. Then they could focus on to the Andals coming or something like that for the next couple
Right.
of seasons.
Yeah, there's tons of potential.
Yeah.
Wait. So the Nightwalkers, don't they have a big weakness? Which is if you kill the main guy, all the other ones just fall.
Yeah,
and
but
crumble.
That's what
how
they
the
say,
fuck do
yeah.
you get to the main guy?
Oh, couldn't you use the faceless? Just...
Well,
To trick a White
there's
Walker?
there's another reason why Arya should stay in Winterfell then, because she's the only one who has faceless experience.
Yeah.
If you're gonna imply that theory.
If she can,
That's
if she
smart.
has the motivation to kill the Night King, I suppose.
Everyone
She
has
the
motivation.
motivation. Why would she not have the motivation to kill the
Every
Night King?
living person
I
has
just feel
motivation.
like Cersei's the bigger top
you
of her
think
bucket list.
she's a
What the
bigger?
fuck?
Cersei
no one
is
in the
nothing.
fucking. No one in that area thinks Cersei is the bigger threat.
If they thought
No,
if,
not
look,
bigger threat, just for her motivation.
Her motivation is for her.
Like, what did the Night King really do to her? To
She's
Arya?
coming to kill everybody.
Yeah, it's kind of
I
like
don't get how
global.
the fuck you
It's
don't
kind of like
understand.
global warming coming to.
Yeah, like
Yeah, but this
literally
is a
showing
physical
up. Like,
embodiment.
global warming
yeah,
is literally
and
showing
Arya's
up.
Arya's not Trump, and she's not gonna ignore it.
No, yeah.
She's gonna actually
Like,
do something about
global
it.
warming's literally showing up to your house like, I'm going to fucking kill you. As
Sorry.
a guy. That guy that brings in the ozone layer.
But
that's
then
gonna-
Brian would be like, "Yeah, but that guy down the street, you know,
Not even down the
he-
street.
'cause-
That guy all the
Yeah.
way down in fucking Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't. You know what? There's no airplanes. There's no airplane service.
It's fucking horses only.
Yeah, I want to take a road trip down to kill that guy first, and then come back and deal with you after you've slaughtered everyone in my family.
So how about the Lieutenant Night Kings, or not Night King, but Night
White
Walkers?
Walkers.
The White
Like,
Walkers, yeah.
So when they died, they also.
They would the
Whoever
people,
they converted,
whoever
I
they
suppose.
converted would die. So if one did
Oh, so
50,
it's like a vampire thing.
Yeah.
If you kill. Okay.
Yeah.
the Night King is the one who converted them, and then they converted or turned the
so
other
like
ones.
the
So
closer
if,
the root you kill,
Yeah.
the more branches you kill.
yeah.
kind of
So
thing?
if
Yeah.
you kill the Night King, you'll kill them, and then they'll end up killing whoever.
Otherwise,
they
you just
convert.
gotta guess which lieutenant rose the largest army. You don't want to get the slacker lieutenant
Yeah.
that just like rose like 6
They
guys.
should, they should know who. Do they know which one's the Night King? Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no issue with who's the
Yeah.
which one of the White Walkers is the Night King. That's
Okay.
not.
Yeah, and Arya has a vested interest. Nay, motivation. To kill.
Okay, so then the coming episode is the big battle. They're
Yeah.
gonna say it's gonna last 80 minutes,
Yeah.
right?
It's gonna be
How many people do you think Arya's gonna kill? Or not, like walking thingies, I guess.
There's a lot of theories, and I don't want to get into them because then I end up spoiling for myself. Because if any one of those theories is right, then I'd be like,
What do
fuck.
you think
Yeah, but
she's
you've
gonna kill
already
the Night King?
thought of it.
You think she'll kill the Night King? I think
No,
she's not gonna make
I-
a dent. Is what I'm.
I think she will make a
Are you
dent.
Are you thinking that she's like just useless? in
No, she'll kill like the putties and minions, sure. But like I feel like if she wasn't there, no one's gonna miss her.
this? Nice Power Rangers reference, by the way.
She will make a dent. There's a reason why she's made it this far out of 8 seasons.
Yeah, she's like
starting off
super
as a
trained.
9-year-old girl or 8-year-old little child.
She's like a super assassin now.
Yeah, exactly. Which is great to kill one target. Like in
Like
any
the Night King?
any MMO, assassins are great for single targets, right? Not great for crowd control, this is the war.
But this is the pressing matter. This is what's most important.
How do you not understand this? Yeah. This is. Oh
She's
my
gonna
God.
surprise you. I can guarantee that. She's,
Alright.
she's
Yeah.
not the one.
I think she's a lot of people's favorite character, like in the
And
whole
I-
show.
She is my favorite character for sure.
And I don't think. My opinion is that she's not gonna die in the next episode. I think she's gonna.
Yeah, no, I don't think she'll
Yeah,
die.
so if she's not gonna die, then that means.
But I
she's
don't
gonna-
think she's gonna. I think she's more impactful if she was somewhere else. Is what I'm trying to say.
How the fuck?
All right.
He snapped.
How is Jamie? He's one of my other favorite characters. Was he
Yeah.
good?
He's pretty sexy. Is that what you're asking?
His hair got a lot darker.
Is he's gonna fight the war?
He looks.
Yes.
He looks.
Why? Does he have other pressing matters elsewhere?
He wants to go back down
He
and
wants
bone
to go
his
back
sister.
and bang Cersei
Yes. You know.
one last time
Holy.
before the war.
I was actually surprised Theon, or well, no, not Theon. What's that Greyjoy?
Theon.
Theon.
Was it Theon?
Theon.
The oldest brother? No, the
Uh,
one
Theon.
that banged Cersei.
Euron.
Neuron.
is it
Euron,
Yeah,
Euron.
Euron. Yeah.
The pirate.
I'm surprised he got to that point
Why? What was his?
because
motive?
Cersei was playing really hard to get.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
Cersei also realized she needs.
So
him.
yeah, she plays hard to get. He went in there thinking that should be easy. Plays hard to get, and he's like, "Fuck, there goes my chance."
Yeah, and then at the last second it was like he got it. You know.
Nice. Are you gonna learn from him? Is that the next plan?
that's his whole game plan.
No, I thought the
Just
double.
be really insistent until they say
The double entendres was good, where he said like, "Oh, I'm gonna put a baby in you," in which she already had a baby in her.
Is that a double entendre?
I don't know.
Well, double entendre is like double meaning, right?
Yeah.
It's not really a double meaning though. That's very direct.
No, yes, that's not.
But he doesn't know she has a baby in
Give
her.
me another example.
But he didn't imply it as a double. He didn't imply it as a double meaning either.
He didn't imply
he-
it, but the writers implied it.
He literally meant, "I'm gonna put a baby in you."
Yeah, he
That's
wants
what
to
he meant.
fucking.
He wants to be king.
But the
so-
writers meant a double.
How that's not a double. Oh, man. You know, wait. Give me an example of a double entendre. That. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Okay,
Game
okay.
of Thrones.
There's a game called Devil May Cry,
Uh-huh.
and in the beginning of the game, there's a character named V, and he quotes forgot who he quotes. It's like an old poem, and he says, Dante asks him, "What's your name?" And he says, "I have no name. I'm but 2 days old." And then he said, "Oh, just kidding. My name is V." But in the storyline, he was literally 2 days old because he was just born 2 days ago.
But that's not.
That's not a double
That's not
entendre,
entendre.
buddy.
That was a double entendre because he meant it. It was literally he was quoting the guy who wrote the quote, but he also.
All right, you know what? Fucking give
Was
him a double entendre example. This is like desperately needed right now.
It's a double entendre.
Holy shit!
A double entendre would be like, "Hey," or not "Hey."
No, not.
Let me.
Hey.
It's
No,
one of those
no,
things
no.
where it's like it's very obvious, but you
It's
can't
very
think of it. You can't think of it right off your head.
Actually,
It's like imagine a creep trying to flirt. That's a double entendre.
have you ever seen in Reddit? There's a Tinder Reddit where people.
Yeah, I'll give you a double entendre. All right, I'll give you. This is like okay. We're gonna use that creep example, and it's like you'd be like, hey,
I can help you with those bags.
Yeah, it's like, hey, why don't we go back to my place so I can put that bread in the oven?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's all right.
That's all right.
That's a double entendre. Whatever the fuck you said, I don't know what the fuck that was, but that's not a double entendre.
Okay, I saw this post I thought was really funny, which
Alright.
is like a shopping cart and it had what do you call it? A toaster and a bat plug, and then a loaf of bread. And he said, "Oh, I bought this loaf of bread to make it not so awkward for the cashier because really I didn't need the bread."
Yeah.
That's not a double entendre.
That's not a double entendre. I thought that post was hilarious.
Okay, so you just brought up this random post. Let's go back to the thing where you thought that you were on saying, I want to put a baby in you after you just fucked her. Do you agree or
Actually,
disagree now that
there's-
that was not a double entendre?
There's the last random post I want to share first.
Let's answer that first before you go to the random post.
Sorry. Okay. In Euron's perspective, it was not a double entendre.
It was not.
But the writer's perspective, they were like, oh, clever.
Okay, going aside from this double entendre thing, what were we talking about before that?
Nothing.
Arya and
Arya,
going to
the
King's
mother-
Landing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we really want to go back to that conversation.
Why'd
Jason.
you bring up the Greyjoys?
Euron.
Yeah, but why?
He just wanted to say that
Oh,
was a
it was
double
literally
entendre.
the double
Just for
entendre.
that? Oh, it
Yeah,
was,
so he wanted
it
to
was
bring
all
it
for
up.
that.
He's like,
Okay.
yeah, I heard that's a good double entendre.
I thought there was more meaning
Like
to it.
we were not even talking about double entendres or anything before. He's like, we were talking. This is just the fucking unscrutable like assigning of motivation. Anyways, and then all of a sudden he just felt like, you know what would be cool? That double entendre. That was in the last. Oh man. Oh, this is indeed your dream come true. All right, man. You got anything else? We'll wrap it up.
Oh, last post.
Oh, yeah.
The Tinder post.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
so a guy, he matched with a girl, and the way the couple message he sent was, it was like ... and then he showed like a soccer ball rolling, and it's like, oh, I guess my ball rolled into your DM, and then like she didn't reply. Then he was like, then his next one's like, oh, that's okay, I didn't need my ball back or anything. I got a new one, so have a good life.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next scene, you see ... and then a basketball rolls over, and it's like, fuck.
Plot twist. This was you. That was you that said this, didn't it?
That was very clever.
Oh yeah, of course you thought that.
Totally fake.
All right, man. All right, let's wrap it up. Any last words? Any comments about?
That sounded like a threat.
Last words.
Just burn this entire room right now.
It's
Well, I guess we're all looking forward to Game of Thrones.
All right, yeah.
Yes.
Next upcoming one, we'll see.
Yeah,
What
it's
happens?
only 4 more episodes.
I will be so. I will flip my coffee table if Arya in the middle of the fight is like, you know what? I'm not that motivated to do this.
I'm going to
just
King's
gonna fuck off.
Landing.
I'm gonna go to King's Landing because I could probably do way more over there than
they got this. Whatever. It's only a huge.
Yeah, so like the fight's happening.
It's only 200,000 dead zombies.
and she just decides, yeah, I don't do.
And
I'm
then
not
Jon,
relevant.
and then Jon Snow will grab her by the shoulders, look her in the eye, and be like, "He's like, I'm really proud of you for getting your motivation in order.
Go do what you have to do.
The Night King is going to kill us all, but you are doing the right thing, aren't you?" Okay, and on that note, let's sign off. Thanks
Yes.
to all the listeners.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.